morning. Neck is still killing me lately. I have to start looking up like proper stretches for that because it's starting to get annoying fast. Ugh. How's everyone doing today? Good? Hope y'all are doing good. You all deserve to have a good day. Go. And welcome back to Ace Attorney Trilogy. The final case. Why are we down here? There we go. This game might end today, for all I fucking know. Probably not, because this is one of the longest cases we've seen so far. In fact, maybe the longest case. But, I have no idea how fast it's gonna go by, because I remember some parts of this place pretty well, but I forget a lot of it too. Yeah, you're not here for my commentary. You're here for fun voices. And honestly, I am too. So let's get fucking into this. Date? Time? Huh? Location? No idea. Ooh. Who could that be at this time of night? Beep. Oh! Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up! It's an emergency! Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Larice. Larice, don't him. I don't have fucking time for this crap. This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait! Don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it won't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me! Talk about a guy with bad luck, he may already be dead. Larry! Stop talking about it and start getting the situation clear. Why'd you call Edgeworth? Wait, why didn't you call the fucking police or something, you dumbass? Oh my god. Anyway, you've gotta come back. You're the only one that can help. Iris. My beautiful Iris. She needs help. Alright. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. That indiscriminate country that we cannot list for purposes of localization. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change. Sorry, I appear to have caught a cold. February 8th, 2:19 p.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. You're late, Edgy. What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I shot with a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened. Oh god, don't fucking skip that quick. Huh? Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid right a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Domin. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes! That's right! You got it! They arrested her! This sweet little Iris! And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. Honestly, fair guess. However, I still don't understand what these two items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. Yep! We're playing as Edgeworth, baby! This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other... He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? Yep! I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? This is an Ace Attorney game, bro. Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But oh. These two fucking idiots are going to cost me my goddamn career. I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. He's not wrong. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy, at least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. Knight wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Your music is... I can't tell if it's soothing or creepy. Edgeworth. Miles Edgelord. Edgeworth, sorry. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Sir Luis said that he might even die. Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. Cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. Must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Okay. What do you think of this badge? Is that an attorney's badge? Yes, this belongs to Wright. Really? I'm actually a prosecutor. Oh, then why do you have a defense attorney's badge pinned on your lapel? He's already put it on. Well, you see, I borrowed it. End of conversation. Smart. Okay, we have... There's Misty Faye, Master of the Korean Technique. See before the lights out bell, the night of the crime, protects from evil spirits. Sakura Temple and the surrounding area. Oh yeah, that ought to jog a couple memories, Edgeworth. Hey, does this crime scene look familiar? And photo of Elise. And of course, Dahlia is nowhere to be found. Oh shit! That's right, all of these are slightly different because they're, because it's Edgeworth's POV. A friend since grade school, fell from Hodosky Bridge and is currently hospitalized. Homicide detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Of course, as usual, and of course he's going to fuck it up. Since grade school, I don't remember how we became friends. Of course, Edgeworth forgot. Victim of this incident, picture book author of an unknown age, Larry's teacher. I know I've seen her somewhere before. Pardon me, Iris. I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple? What is that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power. Would you go to that temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at that temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, and why I continue to train. Purify my soul. Huh. Were these sins by any chance multiple counts of murder from roughly 7 years ago? I'll have to ask you about last night, the night of the crime. Alright. I helped clean up after dinner and then went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10. Hell. We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then... I was told to go to the training hall. But I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall the night of the murder. Yes. However, you didn't go. As you say, you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Aha! Edgeworth's first spiritual moment. What in the world?
Is there something wrong? I'm sorry. It's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psychologs. Leaf said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something.
So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power, although I am currently questioning that at the moment. Jesus Christ.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't. I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Donian? No. I'm not the one who took her life.
Those psycholog things aren't appearing. Suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. Yeah, Edgeworth's about to have a fucking crisis. It appears it's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you.
Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth. And I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
Before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, you would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He is a very dear and indispensable boyfriend.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me, without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. But until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Break out of prison. Break into the hospital. You can do it. Tell him the truth. Wait, no, don't fucking do that. That's my boyfriend. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition of staying the fuck away from my boyfriend.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise.
Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Okay, I'm guessing that means that we can't— oh, dear God. Look at this place! You forgot to mention the part that the bridge caught fire. It sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow. It's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey! Detective Gumshoe. Don't even think about it, Gumshoe. I have received various trainings to protect you from my brain. Have you heard of hormone energy? Long time no see. It's been about a year. Has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch. There's that sharp left jab right to my face. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. My gum on your shoe is impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot. Wait, what? You don't know Godot?
So who... Wait a minute. They said he came highly recommended by you, Edgeworth.
So who is this fuck.
So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy.
What kind of a man is he?
He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
He's so good. How is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case?
You bet he is. After all, you know who was right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh?
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
And what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something.
None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot myself. Okay. What do you think of my badge?
Huh? What's that thing doing on your...
Oh my god, he actually notices. That makes sense. It's a completely different thing. Is it really that hard?
You bet it is, sir! A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill.
Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meeting? Serious when he gave this to me, was he? Apparently he was, Edgeworth. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case.
It's simple!
Well, simple is as simple does, as they say.
Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. You're the one human I find genuinely entertaining. You're the only one who has the balls to insult me to my face. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what happens every fucking time. A witness.
Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady? Here, on this freezing cold mountain.
Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir.
I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Who the fuck wears a bikini up here? So, this is the bridge that Wright fell through.
Yup, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was that leap?
And? Is there something on the other side?
Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. We can't get over there without a bridge, sir.
What?
Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. Someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there.
Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey.
Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir.
Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway?
Almost 100% sure it was lightning.
Lightning? What makes you say that?
You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yup, last night it showed for the first time in 3 days. It's a record! This place goes without snow for so long. It almost looks normal now. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during snowfall like that, but according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
You saw the weather report for the night of the crime. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. Even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness?
Sorry. I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
What's this weather report? Weather report, snow with occasional lightning strikes, 7 to approximately 10:50, lightning 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Well, at least it was limited, localized. Okay. Alright, let's core temple, main gate. Yo, Edgy! What took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. Hey? I don't fucking know. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? I never get to say those.
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney?
Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth defense attorney just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Oh, God. I've already had one existential crisis in this series. I don't need another.
Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet? I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold, yeah? Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is.
That will restore his health, his SP, and increase the damage of his next move. Also, Larry, why does it look like a suspiciously shit-colored smear on your smock? You know why there's a monkey on this shirt? Forget I asked.
Oh, God. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? Not my type. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Would it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. Dear God, Larry, we're gonna find you in a ditch one of these days. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that, I'd have 2 pennies. This isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. I'm just gonna sit here munching on this ball of dough.
Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime?
Bro, you seriously just coming out here and asking me that? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back in your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep. Jesus, Larry. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. Jesus! I'll ask just one more time. The night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Oh, great. This crap again. As I suspected, psycho locks. Wait, that's not what they're called. They're psych locks. Sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory's a wreck, dude. No, don't call me out like this. Okay, so I need something that gives evidence as to where he is. So I'm going in here. February 8th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. Woo. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Oh, who is this? I don't remember what voice I gave you.
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My! A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Aren't we all, Edgeworth? Well, you have found her. Too much information, lady. Jesus! I'm sorry, but I don't see any keys. You asked nicely. I might... Oh, God. That's it. I'm never making jokes like that again. I apologize. Mr. Edgeworth, can you not do that? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the 2 of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. Must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left her there. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wait, why weren't you there then? Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. Your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself before a decidedly different reason.
You get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's freezing up here. Yeah, seriously, why'd you come back? As the head nun, it's your duty to stay at the Acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
Bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift the bucket. You remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So you left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? Did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
Must have been past 11. Oh, no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
Oh, God.
I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. They won't fit. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, yet somehow that actually seems somewhat believable. And I happen to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then, I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of ice and a block of spirit ice. Yes, definitely not normal ice. No. Enchant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister.
Maya has a little sister.
Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin.
Little Pearl.
I thought she was going to visit Mr. Galise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup, but I haven't seen her at all since last night. She's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back.
The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone.
As they say, the plot thickens like a fine-brained soup.
Oh, God. Okay. So we need to start, like, opening things up. Let's try presenting her some stuff. Hood! Hood.
Well, that's a demon-warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Oh, I see. And I thought it was just because they looked absolutely adorable.
What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already.
No, I can't. I was just...
It's like it was made for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean by that, detective?
It looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while.
Is this some sort of divine retribution?
Okay, what about this? About this picture. Well, look at that. I look pretty S to the Xy, don't you think?
I have never heard someone call it that. Please never call it that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time, we had our reasons. Is that so, for example? Oh, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? Sure thing, lady. Now, you know what? Good for her for having the confidence. So, about Iris. Said you went with Maya to the training hall in the Inner Temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the Inner Temple, then? Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. It doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. She said that she never went to the Inner Temple. As they say, the plot thickens. Waka waka, She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fey name is synonymous with the Kurain channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about to master the Kurain channeling technique. Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midi-chlorians. What the fuck's a midi-chlorian? So it gives you the creeps too, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? It's got nothing to do with it. Oh, yeah! Fucking, the spirit medium was used to get the wrong killer in his father's murder, so of course he was pissed about it. What about the victim? Oh! How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault! I actually like her portraits a lot. They do a lot of fun stuff with their eyes. Whoa. Quiet! What do you know anyway? My eyes are fucking gorgeous no matter what! Ouch! You're scary! With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours, it's too bad that you weren't the one who disappeared. Jesus, lady! Why does she have to take it all out on me? I think it does seem a little manufactured. Okay, any knowledge on Pearl? Oh, this poor girl! Where could she have gone? Well, we checked out her home and she's not there. And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Ah, do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream? Gumshoe. Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective? I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ironic. I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. Okay, let's try. Ah, my badge, of course. About this here. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl. I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? God, fuck, damn it. Temple map? Oh. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, maybe Phoenix? This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure. Is he doing alright? I haven't seen him in like a year. I'm worried about him. He puts a lot on himself. Look at him, he's developing bags already. But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh? Sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain right situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir. That doesn't happen in this game. That's a different one. Oh, shit! Courtyard! Yeah, okay, that's important. February 8th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir! I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap! Yes, you do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Oh, it's leaked plenty of brains, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I just love skiing. Really, you don't, seem like the type. Now, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the word starting to go bad? Dear God. Alright, we got a ladder over here. Maybe someone escaped over the wall. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Stop. God damn it. Edgeworth got so much shit that I don't fucking know about. Lantern! It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. The way it just consumes all in its path. Much like I do with people's brains. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? Ooh, a staff! What's this? Looks like a wizard staff. I can finally effectively cosplay! That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise de Nim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Trust me, I already tried casting a few spells earlier. They didn't work. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Right? Truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. When I first hatched out of my egg, in the skull of some 12-year-old kid, I stole his dreams. Right out of his brain. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. This staff is made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. The staff added to the court record. Made by Elise when she was alive has her fingerprints on it. And yet... we know that it's missing something. Well, here's the Shichishito. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the meta weapon. It sure is. It's called a Shichishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose it's the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito too. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for right? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Taking a ride on the other side, huh, Edgeworth? Got the staff. I don't think there's anything else here. Where do I start? I can talk about this, maybe. Nope, never mind. Nothing for that either. Alright, fair enough. We'll head to the main gate, and I'm gonna try and break oh, something's changed. I don't see Larry anywhere. Excuse me. Ugh. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight. Oh no, I think I'm getting the hiccups. Oh god, give me a second. Okay, I think I'm good. Thank god. The last thing I need in the game with voice acting is to break out in hiccups. Jesus. His heart was shut tight with a number of psychonauts. I guess I'll have to look for him now. A thorn in my side. Oh, where the fuck am I meant to go now? Oh, hello, snowmobile. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. Detective. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Oh, strange little door. Nothing important about it, though. A little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack. It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name, if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. How do I get to this Heavenly Hall, detective? Letters are widely engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. You're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. Guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. It's supposed to be called Dusty Bridge. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of those anymore. That's true. You've got one here. Why don't we take a photo as a memento? Sure. Why not? Oh, darn it. I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. Gumshoe! What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them? Oh, okay. Bridge itself? So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross? Yeah, that was if you ask me. Amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. Hey, seriously, where the fuck am I meant to go? What am I meant to do? Who am I meant to be? Prosecutor or defense attorney? I don't know anymore! This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's Mr. Edgeworth, I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age. And fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. It's not... Wait, are you telling me it's not... Oh, God! Yeah, back in the day it was like beige. But now it's green. Ugh. Ugh. Jeez, Gumshoe. Yeah, I clearly need to present something to you. Magatama? That's one of the Fate Clan's very own Magatamas. That's a priceless treasure you've got there. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. Yes, you don't look it, but now I can see you're a real fan of the occult. Excuse me? Oh, of course this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica. Clearly you are a big fan of the Korean tradition. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. I should have known better to show this thing around. Okay. Oh, yeah, what about Larry? This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate. Eh? Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am a head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. Showed her this. Talked to her about Iris. What about yourself? It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered, an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost. You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma. Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. Okay, what about evidence then? Nope. Oh. Huh. Oh. Well, look what you found. That's the master of the Karain channeling technique, Mystic Misty Fae. Fae. It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan. But even I am not privy to information concerning the main family. I wonder. I think I've shown her everything. Other data? No. Oh, maybe I need to present stuff to Gumshoe. This is not the spot to... Oh, I guess it is a spot to do that. Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but... You wanted to become a wizard, right? Hey, that's amazing! How'd you know that? So, what do you think? I make a really great one, don't you think? We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective. Oh, I can actually talk to him here. Okay, that makes more sense. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Donim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab wound to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon. The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from a height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in the front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. It just happens to be the room that Elise Denim was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window and she was stabbed by the sword. Loss of blood from the stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Got it. Now then, Detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister McKee, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. Okay, witness took Maya. Very awkwardly, I might add. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hashikura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. In a temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Rose trial. Trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? Pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright cut a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow.
We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Would it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. That's a little bit fucked. You're kind of like playing with the entire judicial system. You're choosing the judge and the prosecutor, and now you're playing the role of defense attorney? This is starting to get into a morally gray area, sir. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. Interesting. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. The acolytes, you know? It was on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Maybe except for more mountains. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. Wait, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. Now here it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Okay, let's try presenting stuff to him. Oh? Ah, the autopsy report. Look, I'm just an everyday simple detective. Oh, sorry. Don't ask me such tough questions, okay? It's not something to be proud of, detective. Do you have anything else to say? Nope. Okay, nothing else. Ah, of course! Badge! Oh, it's the same thing. Nope. What to say about this? Oh! We don't know her real name, her background, we don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. She was trying to hide her identity. Why would she become an author? Well, I bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. Odd. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she? Nope, can't be. We did a database search for the fingerprints and came up with nothing. I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling. Well, everyone knows that you're quite popular with the ladies, sir. And everyone also knows that doesn't fucking matter because I have a very intimate relationship with Mr. Wright. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger. Detective, where did you hear such nonsense from? I am anything but straight. I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir. Well, imagine better! Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? Oh, Edgeworth, you have no fucking idea. Sorry, do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire? They're like foaming at the mouth. And honestly, for Edgeworth, I can see it. Supposed to be Miss Elise Career's apprentice or something. I see. Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me. That's nice. But he made me pay him 50 cents for it. I'm sorry about that. You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I don't. He's not my type. I really don't want to talk about him. That's why. Fair enough. Wonder if Maya's alright. Never show my face to Wright again if something were to happen to her. Oh, it'll be okay. If that ever happens, you can just show them my face. Here, watch. He just, like, pops his face off. It reveals, like, a little cavity behind him. Where, like, a tiny, tiny parasitic gumshoe is just, like, operating the mag. Don't tell no one, pal. It's a secret. I didn't mean it like that, sir. It was just a silly little joke. I wonder if there is another way to get across to the other side. The support wires for the bridge are still intact, correct? That bridge is almost 20 yards long. I know I may look like it, Mr. Edgeworth, but I'm no superhero. In any case, I just hope Maya is alright. What about Pearl? What about Pearl? Has no one seen her at all since last night?
seems that way. Apparently, she hasn't gone back to Corain Village either, sir. It's true that she was with Elise Denim at some point last night. No doubt about it. Huh? You mean that maybe whoever killed Miss Denim also... Don't jump to any crazy conclusions. Ouch! Should have one mean punch, Mr. Edgeworth. It's downright fierce. You punched him just for saying a kid might be murdered? Okay. Anything else to say? No, of course not. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Bridge. Map. Nope. Odd. Maybe the detention center? No, that's weird. That's already kind of weird. It must be something to do with Bikini. What do you think about this? Nope, not a damn thing. Well, then it has to be... Wait a minute. The hell is this? There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like an old manila envelope. Ah! What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue. Suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. 9 at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Oh. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. A super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Curious. Okay. Pause for a minute, chat. I will be right back. All kinds of stuffy today. It's getting to me. And I guess it is humid as hell outside. There should be a storm coming by soon. Make sure to speak up if, like, the stream starts getting unwatchable. I only know as much as you guys are willing to tell me. Where were we? Excuse me, did you know anything about this? You know anything about this old crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Oh, so Sister sorry, that's not Gumshoe. Ah, so Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. The cloth thicket. God damn it, Gumshoe! Look what you've got me saying. Well, I can talk to Iris about it, at least. That's somewhere to start. Oh, good, she's available, thank God.
Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes, thank you. That's remarkably, empathetic of you, Edgeworth.
So what the fuck's this thing?
This letter. It appears to be addressed to you. I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away.
She's not giving me a straight answer for some reason.
I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this. Just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donim with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. Wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Can we do that now, though?
Oh, you'll even hear his voice during this shit. Okay, there's only two, so this can't be that hard.
Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. My years in court have seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room?
Yeah! I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's... Well, Iris, why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct?
It's the evidence of the power of my glare that broke that lock. Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But, Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. The guy who is not me!
Phoenix Wright, my boyfriend. What the fuck are you trying to pull? That, if you're not careful, there may be a second murder, and I can't defend you from that!
You mean something to Wright, it seems. I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? Is it perhaps you're finally going to accept that he's moved on? Bisexuality can be a bitch, I understand that. Believe me, I feel bitter knowing you exist too, but I can accept it. I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his.
There we go. Unlock successful.
After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? There we go. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the Inner Temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. The thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart?
Yes.
Looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Sorry. In any case, you still claim you to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
There's his testimony added to the court record. Lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room when murder was discovered. Trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. The least I can do with my boyfriend is give him some closure. When I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret, and that you will leave us be happy together. Leave us two be happy together.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
I think that's a bit of bullshit. But fine. At Heavenly Hall! Here we go! That does... Oh, God. This place doesn't look nearly as run down as they said. Ah. Stuffed up. Give me a second. Really quick. I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to shake these fucking sniffles. I think I might cut the stream shorter today after we're done with Edgeworth's section of the trial. And yeah. You'll know when it's a good time to cut it. I'll make it pretty clear. February 8th, Heavenly Hall. I think we're almost done with what we need to do here, too. Whoa! Not much of a view down here, huh? What are you talking about? That river looks fucking gorgeous with the cliffs. Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh. Why? Why does this always happen? Oh, god damn it. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I'll even chase one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh. Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection. Fuck you, Hal Gumshoe. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. This is what I get for sucking Mr. Wright's brains while he was in the hospital. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Time to talk, funny man. What is this little shack, anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one's likely to show up to disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? You're just getting all bunny on us, sir. Gee, I wonder why. Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute. Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. No, the fuck you're not. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. Yeah, I'm sure you can. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If you really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? In that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible. There are those 3 locks again. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him?
Some people just don't care, Edgeworth. Anyways, Larry, did you paint these? These are actually very impressive. That's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's the expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is?
Graffiti's illegal, but it still has just about as much representation when it comes to artistic intention. It's how the artist himself defines it, right?
I should have seen that one coming.
Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Like, seriously, he did a pretty good job. So, what's the deal with these things? Wait a minute.
What is this festive-looking ornament?
It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember?
Well,
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold a dollar, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing.
Really? I never would have expected that. Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw.
He fucking took that personally. You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Wait, 1/4-inch?
That's a tiny-ass crane. No, surely it's gotta have some other meaning. Like the paper's a 1/4-inch thick or something.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
1/4-inch crane. I'd love to learn origami. That shit sounds like so much fun. I believe I remember how to make a paper popper. These things are fucking weird, though. I'm not doing that on not with the fucking mic. I don't want to break my audio. This is the Eagle River, sir. You can tell because there's a bunch of eagles swimming through it gallantly. Gallantly, that's the word. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over, even in the winter. If it had ice over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble. Right about that. He would have landed on ice and slid downstream to who knows where. Not exactly what I meant, but alright. Hello, what's the urn? Odd.
Straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow.
Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall.
Suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense. You got that right. You'll be going to heaven if you stay in there for one night. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven, because that thing is hell.
You would do well to remember, Larry. This is a sacred place to some people.
Well, at least Edgeworth's paying attention. Okay, you fucking chuckle fuck. Time for some fucking answers. Night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. I've never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing, the world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 psycho locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry,
Where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your own room.
Why not? Oh, there's a giant cliff. Okay. That would help.
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees. It's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? You feel like talking now? About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? Yeah, you don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was here. Heavenly Hall? Take that! The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh, no. You really are one scary guy, you know? I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Take that! Iris, there's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? Brah! You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Don't fucking tell me this, idiot! I must talk to you about... Must you want your secret to be exposed? Larry, tell me you didn't fucking threaten a girl to come visit you in the middle of the night. Oh, God! Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey! Give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh! First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here? Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. So you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. What? I'm so sorry! You fucking freak. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what. You tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean, threaten? When did I threaten her? You fucking dumbass. It's written in the letter. You can't play dumb to this. I got psychic powers.
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That's a threat. There is no conceivable way you can write that as a threat. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That just sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh, then what is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. I'm going to strangle this man. Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Sheesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. I really want to know. Last night, and I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry, what? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. It didn't happen twice, though. Never does. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? That's all there is to your story. Your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Again? Oh god, there's more! No! What's wrong, son? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit like a bolt of lightning? I just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I just have to drag him to the witness stand. Wait, actually? No Cyclops in courts, you slimy little shit! Poor Edgeworth. Yeah, let me just overwrite a bunch of these. Okay! Edgeworth actually got fucking fed up with all the Cyclops who's like, that's it! You're going to court! Oh my! Mr. Larice feels that... Larice? Fucking hell. Mr. Larice feels that way about me. Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Very not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that nun will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini! She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct? That's correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris. Sorry. Ugh. God. Yeah, I definitely need to end it after this trial's done. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Oh, God. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready.
Oh, here we go.
However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant...
Yeah! She's back! The prosecution stands ready.
And you are...
Franziska von Karma, prosecuting Prodigy. We missed you, Freddy!
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma.
Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. She fucking stepped out of her dad's legacy! Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case.
You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, huh? I hear that's a popular phrase among the kids these days. By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say?
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't? But I'm sure. Once before in this courtroom...
I told you, there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whippet.
Hold it! I have no objection to the whip.
You don't? I sure do.
The prosecution can wield the whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. There's still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Aha!
The stage is set. Now continue the proceedings, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible.
The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Donin. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture. This weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
Crime photo added to the court record. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Chad, I think we have another problem on our hands. Be back in a moment. I'm having another fucking sugar crash. Sorry about this. Promise the moment I come back, we will finish this. However long it takes.
it sucks, but like, I'm no happier about it than you are. I'll mute up for a bit, but then we'll resume. Okay, I'm feeling better. Jesus. Why is it always the Ace Attorney stream? I think what it is... Alright, water. I think what it is it's the stream that happens after my days off, because those are the days I'm always the most lax about what I'm eating. And it just, like, catches up to me. God, I need to be more careful. I'm trying some new things, thankfully, or some fucking food aversion bullshit. Red salad wasn't that bad. I mean, it was a terrible salad, but even then I was able to stomach it a little bit. I'm improving, little by little. Soon this problem will be a thing of the past. Okay. I'll get done with this trial so I can fucking properly rest after that. Jesus. You know what? We'll save too.
After all, there is a witness to a crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. I don't know if I believe you, Edgy. Witness, state your name and occupation. Please, can she please stay there for the entire trial?
Oh, hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Damn it! That would have been so funny! Once again, your name and occupation, please. Oh god, I've forgotten your voice. In all the tizzy.
Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini, you got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a oh god. Then this one's voice is gone too. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now.
What? The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. Agreed, Franny.
You want me to leave?
So he confesses it, the little shit.
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
In any case... Dear God, I forgot how chaotic things are here. Witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath in the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement you just made. There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
The night of the murder. Okay, let's save real quick. There we go.
God, I missed Franny. That's a fun voice to do.
Hold it!
What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam, about you and your witchcraft. In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It is all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising.
Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place?
Yeah, her back likes to act up. Violently.
That's right! It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
The night of the murder was this fabulous back of yours hurting again.
That's right! Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
Oh my. So left Iris to help the acolyte return to Hazakura Temple. You left Iris to help with what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night you met Iris in a temple, correct?
Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it.
We have only one problem with this testimony. I can clearly point out what it is, and I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Press this one, I think. Crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard.
That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case.
That's good. Fuck. Sorry. I have a little funny cup I like to keep things stored in. Sometimes I bounce up on top, and then just falls in. That certainly seems to be true. Indeed, only have one problem with this testimony, if I can clearly point. Eh? Oh god, my brain still needs to kick back on after the fucking crash. Give me a sec.
Hold it!
In order to take a bath. My back's to blame for anything. It's a do or be done in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. Oh god. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? I was... Ah! Pathetic, Maya's Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so... Okay. Go back to your temple. Nothing important seems to have come up from pressing. So I guess we need to push her to talk about the death itself. Probably with the sword, if I had to guess. Why did these get rearranged? This evidence clearly revolves the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't accept that. Well done, Your Honor. What? I was only testing you just now. Well then, why don't you try testing this penalty, too? It looks like I shouldn't have spoken in haste. Maybe I need to present Iris? Objection! No. What was that about mind games? I was not paying attention. So I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Saw what? Oh! Oh, I wasn't paying attention. When the fuck did I get this? And that's apparently not it either. Fucking mind games again. So this is obviously the most suspicious one, but pressing doesn't do anything. But the victim? Oh, what is happening? Place in the courtyard. Let me go over the presses again, because I feel like I forgot something. Talked about the temple, talked about the back. To help the acolyte. Waiting with the training proper. Something to make sure that the acolyte doesn't pass away. And Iris in the inner temple. Okay, so maybe I'm trying to prove that Iris wasn't there? Is it that simple? Hold on. I'm smelling some bullshit. There's no fucking way. Oh, come on. I was expecting it to talk about the fact that she literally said nothing about the murder itself. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No! She said that? A defendant or a witness?
Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back, but why would she lie about being at the scene of the crime? That is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. That is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
Ah! All people lie. That is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped in here?
Because we don't have an animation for it for Edgeworth, and the other one's an old lady with a bad back.
Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, 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 you're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. I don't know what this voice is, but I guess I'm going with it. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination.
What's happening? Acolyte. Exactly like she had been at dinner.
Hold it!
Oh? Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor!
Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me.
You're making a mistake thinking I made a mistake!
An excellent finish there, witness.
Still, I have to wonder. Okay, so obviously it's the hood.
Objection!
Yep. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Oh, of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there! Why do you have that? That's the question of the day, now isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Whoa! Oh. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Mike's face every time he does it.
Order! Order in the court! Witness your response! Rah!
God, they went so fast. Thankfully I managed to catch all of it, but Jesus. Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares? Well, I don't tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. What?
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. New testimony.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was, Mystic Elise, with that sort of a...
Wait a minute, Mystic Elise? Oh?
Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very... It's the same fucking comparison, Gumshoe, mate. Oh, well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyways, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Okay. First off, how the fuck do you know she was a mystic?
Hold it!
This is the second time the witness has testified to seeing the defendant, but some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw. As clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that's been bugging me all this time. Please, don't keep us in suspense. Her hood! Her hood. That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Ugh, fuck.
Ha! You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? Sure. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, Franny. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. No problem. Iris didn't have her hood on.
Hold it!
You are sure about that? I'm losing so many voices so fast. Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out.
Like me, holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip. At least then it might bite you and not someone else.
Iris didn't have her hood on. I'm sure of it. Very well. Now please tell us about the victim, eh?
Hold it!
The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct?
Which means the victim's room was on the second floor. No, Hazakura Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back to about the height of a two-story building. I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct? Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all. We sound like characters in a fucking soap opera! Oh, dear God!
Hold it!
What makes you so sure of all this?
It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that.
You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
It's a fucking milk crate. It appears that the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. Two of them working there.
What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? I will snap your fucking wick. Oh, damn it, now I've become German.
Doesn't feel like she is lying. This is very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only two things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney.
I was thinking, if you're gonna stab something with that thing, you would go a little bit further than just the first 2, like, points, wouldn't you? Yeah. Weird. I guess that's more than enough. And it was on the ground, so maybe she couldn't get in any further than that, but still. Yeah, am I the only one who's bothered by them calling her Mystic Elise? I should press everything, though.
Hold it!
How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. About 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the walkway toward the main hall. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. You say you heard a noise. Bump, just like that. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Bump, just like that. But then, couldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground? I never thought of that. The next one to laugh gets a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and... was okay. Iris didn't have her hood on. But you also just testified to the fact that she probably had it on. How do I prove that is the question. There she is. My mentor, Manfred von Karma's daughter. Born, raised in Germany. Prosecutor at 13. Now is where things get confusing. Why are you calling her Mystic? Staying over the courtyard, which means... yeah, okay, we went over this. Okay, it's gotta be something involving that one. The one we unlocked. So... surely it's not to present this again. Obviously not. There's no way. Let's see. Let me think. I'm thinking. The gears in my brain are spinning at full force, but they're not, like, catching. Wait a minute. How do I friggin' present this? There's no way it's the hood twice in a row, right? Okay, good. I would have been pissed. Maybe I'm getting too hung up on this. Maybe this really is a red herring. Sword? No. That would be way too easy.
Yeah, this is bothering me. Why are you calling her Mystic Elise? No. Nothing's showing up. I did press this, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, let's think. Why wouldn't she have her hood on? Maybe she did have her hood on and just fell. We also have her testimony that says she was in the room, but I don't think that's going to get us much leeway because she is a defendant. We fell 10 feet. Wait a minute. Single story. Yeah, I guess it's not quite 10 feet, because it's a few extra feet above the story drop, but it's close enough. I was about to say, wait a minute, if it's 2 stories, wouldn't it be a 2-story fall, which would be like 20 feet? But no. I cannot think of anything. I'll try the testimony, because it's the only thing I can think of. Nope, that didn't do it. Maybe it's like the letter trying to prove that she wasn't there? But, again, this is all circumstantial. None of this is concrete. I have, like, no idea. This is the first time in a while I've been this stumped. God damn. I guess this is the final case in the series. They wouldn't make it easy. What do you have to say? Does it feel like she is lying? It's a very powerful testimony, too. It's just seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things we can believe in right now. Okay, so we're trying to say that Iris didn't stab her. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to be focusing on. Nope. Damn. I tried the Shichi-Shito on this one, I'm pretty sure. Was it the last time? Well, can't hurt to try again. Yep, figured. Yep, I'm doing it this way. Because I am already tired. know at all. I might have one idea that literally just came to me, and now that it has, it's actually kind of obvious. The fact the sword is in the statue's hand. Seriously, how would you get that in there? Fucking hell! Maybe it's this bit? God, that's brutal. That is grisly. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. Body fell 10 feet after death. Okay, hold it. It was a red herring. Yep. There we go. God damn. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do! My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right! It says after death right here! The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. The defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard. How did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Ah! Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Mr. Nim's room? She was stabbed with a sword. I believe a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Ms. Von Karma, was there any blood? What? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Oh, it has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. However, there's no... Oh, God. I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware. When a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. It's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion, then. The victim was thrown out of the window with his sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order! 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 I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh boy. Alright, alright. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I actually didn't see her stab Mr. Khalees. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mr. Gami was stabbing Mr. Khalees through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. The Von Karmas strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Maya Zedgeveth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. So, you said you saw a lot of blood. Could it be when the sword was removed?
Hold it!
Think carefully. This is very important. It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mr. Khalees' body. Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed into her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Maya Zedgeveth. I've seen so much blood before. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too! When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? No, press further, absolutely. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. Now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness! You will add this statement to your testimony! Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. The hilt was smoothly drawn out. Aha!
Objection!
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen. The weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain you. Explain yourself! To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I could fucking murder you in an instant! But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. Should I such as... Gesundheit to myself. The objection stands! I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... You also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That nothing wasn't conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more! This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, there should be blood along the entire length of the sword! No! Bravo, Maya Zedgeveth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but... Having comes this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool! Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well... it's because Mr. Kami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe the Shichishito was the murder weapon. And the fact that it was covered in the victim's blood and had the defendant's fingerprints, you know, all that. So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. It changes everything! The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I'd like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes. Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Ms. Von Karma.
It's weird to see that, like, kind of pressure be applied to prosecution. It's cool, though. It fits with Edgeworth's character.
No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky piece. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible, but just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what? Well then.
I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible.
What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iverson could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Oh, God.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. Both my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. Snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. Oh, excuse me. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple, and on the other way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Well, the murder at around 11. Some things here. Around 11. So we're supposing that this happened afterwards. Turn means... Aha! Okay, so snow stopped falling at around that time. Means if they went to the bridge, then surely they came back, yes? Those footprints would be... Ooh. Yeah, wait, there's snowmobile tracks there, but not leading out.
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. Gonna run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant. Press further. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then that means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. Wasn't any snow on it? Curses! It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? 15-minute walk to the Dusky Bridge plus 5 is one of those.
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. Fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch. Crunch. That's not the sound you're making. That's like a gluck. I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. They threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back. Knocked out. Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Well, it would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? This is over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Is there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there's surely a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes into this flawed account. Okay, tracks indicate that snowmobile had been used. So either this or the weather report.
Objection!
Nope. I guess I didn't press these, did I?
Hold it!
You are sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night, now could I? So at 11 I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Your estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right, the one who trampled me. It seems she's the type to hold a grudge. There's the phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. Oh, what a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Honestly, not a bad tactic. There are some fucking creepy people out there. Anyway, I was really scared. It was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the... Achoo! Fuck!
the main gate for a spell. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Who needs to walk the Dusky Bridge?
Came back while I was knocked out. Okay. So if they did, then there's something wrong with these fucking tracks.
Because there are only tracks leading from the bridge.
Objection!
Got it.
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Myers Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Oh, you're right!
You are forgetting one thing, Myers Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Myers Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? The idea that set covered one set of tracks? There is a contradiction. The snow had already stopped falling. Tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. Almost said story. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh?
Yeah, I got your fucking evidence right here! Yeah, sorry, it took me a minute. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course, this means the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report.
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Order! Order! Very well, then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in.
Deserved. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Myers Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is the weather report ever correct?
Oh, no. You've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data.
Yeah. Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity of well past 11 p.m.
It's true. You cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. We need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Hold on 1 second. Sorry to do this. I'll be right back. My body's acting fucking weird today. Okay. Let's finish this trial, shall we?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Let's take a careful look. Yep, there's no snow on the body. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, and in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks. Oh, I didn't even notice the portrait of the judge is actually different too. Yeah! What are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. That time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Oh fuck, wrong voice. Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There's only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean, that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I'll probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But it hadn't been used yet. But that isn't possible! Order! Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. Never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've already told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. Only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Yeah, about that. We have a professional idiot! Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You'll know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? Don't know for sure if he saw it or not. There are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? It is you, Your Honor! Fucking turn the tables. Yeah.
Take that!
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deladuc. Jean-Luc Deladuc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donim. A student? Interesting. Why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately! I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Ray. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Your bones, your organs, all of it! Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Ugh, all stuffy again. Okay. We finished this bit, and then the stream's over. Honestly, it seems like it's going to end at a normal time today, which I'm glad about. I fucking hate having to end a stream early because I feel like crap. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then, that night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Something between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, a whole lot of chains. 5 of them, of course. Iris, I can't tell you about that. Yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? Safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought, no psycholocks. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
into a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris Danim, I hope you're ready. Get in here! Seems that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Yo! Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color viridian. Larry. This isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields. I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it! Thanks, buddy! It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial, at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! Ah! Deserved. Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man! Refrain from whipping me, Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault! Testify now! This is too much for me. You human obstacle. I was out at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Fucking hell. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. I feel like him and Maggie would get along together well. Two human disasters working together. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Okay, he doesn't do the fucking edgy bit. I thought that would be funny. Seems he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along.
Hold it!
What stars? Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? If the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See? You could do it if you try. Ouch! There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. The bridge a number of times. Why? Number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? I gave up on love back in 1907, and look where it got me! It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah! You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whining voice of a witness. Freddy's fucking pissed. Oh, what did you see? For your sake, you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining voice of a witness.
Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. I think he just straight up doesn't understand what they're saying.
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. This is a snowmobile. You truly have nothing to hide. Then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me! It seems I don't need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I want to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either.
Hold it!
Okay. We didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now! It would appear that simply pressing isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Seems that he's going to claim to have nothing. Yeah, okay. You didn't see anyone at the bridge. Is that a lie? Oh, wait, that is a fucking lie! He saw Phoenix! Do I have any proof of this? I mean, this is the best bet I have. There's only one reason they'd put him in here, and that's because he's going to be fucking evidence.
Objection!
Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Etchy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I can't forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Potts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do, then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again, then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? I went to the shack at around 9, so it could have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. The fuck? He's got a comic book, some oranges, and some cans of juice. And of course his beret plopped up on the plank. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know what's that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Okay. A white flash almost blinded me.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? They said the meeting time is 10 p.m., right? I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. My bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Like, ah! A little like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it pretty much stopped snowing, so, I don't know, it changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness. Saw some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. There's a contradiction. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? Lightning fell, and the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far does this small shack we were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. It's about a 5-minute walk. How did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, it's impressive. Yes, absolutely. Actually, yeah, why didn't he call anyone? Wait a minute. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. My reason. Isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Hold it!
Did he now? You claimed to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. Then Nick came up yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. Wait a minute. Lightning struck at 10:45. The murder occurred at 11, and it took Nick and then she was out for 10 minutes. You had almost half an hour. Fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. There's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Check around 10:30 p.m. Bridge caught fire. You're a liar, Larry. I just don't know which one to press for it. I'm guessing it's this one because it's the one that was freshly added, so it's probably the weather thing.
Objection!
Got it! Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. Hey, Edgy, you make me sound like I'm some sort of alien. Your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. We must stop time in order for this trial to continue. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, we only wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data for the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. I mean, you probably got there at around 11. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Yeah, plus it's like a 20-minute walk. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Maurice Denim.
Yeah. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that.
Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. Well, there's still no way that Wright could have been at a dusky bridge at 11 p.m.
And why not?
It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry! You arrive at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Ew. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Order! Order! Order!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really?
The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it.
Why then did you not report the accident?
Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn?
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we're talking about. Even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
He, like, puts his hand over his face the way a villain does.
Ah, finally! You've unleashed my true fury! Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes?
I may really say it this time. Everything.
Then say it! For the love of fucking God! We have been here for almost half a fucking hour dealing with your bullshit.
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Missing 15 minutes. Larry, I'm done with your bullshit. I'm a Denim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source.
So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of
him. You'll regret this, Edgy. I know where you live, dude. I know plenty about fires now. Tell me more.
Tell us, Larry.
My name is Laurice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Who exactly are you? I'm Laurice Denim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist. Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Sketching! The burning bridge! The burning bridge and everything that came with it. God help me, I'm about to slap this poor boy. What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Gah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I a terrible feeling the instant this sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Absolutely. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please. Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it would turn out like this. Imagined what? Clarice Denin's debut would take place here today, like this. Show it! Now! So fucking done with your bullshit. God, Edgeworth, you have to deal with this guy on a regular basis? Fucking hell! I'd rather take the whip. Okay, steel yourselves. This is the world of Clarice Denin. Oh. Whoa. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. He's actually not that bad at this. I feel bad, because they make a lot of fun of Larry, but he does draw decently well. Still a scumbag, but he's like, what's his fuck? Ernest Hemingway. That's an astonishingly good comparison. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? Burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure? You spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course! Iris! Burning in hell for committing the murder! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for her future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. A real artist. Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Are you high? They all scream in tandem. Ah, what was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. As hard to believe as it might be, and as much as I wish it never happened, this has been in a case in Ace Attorney before. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet up above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to Earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? That's a fucking stretch. Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth. Let's get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece? It's a good sketch! Get that thing away from me! It's not a bad, horrible sketch of what he said. Motherfucker! These artists have such high standards. Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. White Hood, wait, what? What do you mean, her White Hood flutter? Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. After about 5 minutes, I saw it. There's a defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see. That all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. Okay, well, obviously I need to fucking leave the whole White Hood thing. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth.
That is truly the case, and there is one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
That the person who flew over that bridge would not have been the defendant, Iris.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Ah! A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Wait.
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. You're going to change your story now? Perhaps just it was Wright who took flight.
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick?
Relax. Him and I are still together. You're fine.
Why you, Nick? You dog!
What the fuck are you going on about, Larry? I just told you we're still together.
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage.
Come on! It's better than I can draw. That's way better than I could draw. Come on, man. What is it now, witness? Feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Finally, my character has a purpose. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larice Denim, shall prove it. I'm going to strangle this man.
Didn't expect to ask this again. We shall be needing your testimony once more. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. Proof that Iris flew. God, it's a weird fucking case. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frankly searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris is simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Not a spear. No, that would be a murder weapon. Crystal sphere. This one. Pretty, isn't it? Finders keepers. That sphere. Plan to find it. Let me see. Around here somewhere? Looks about right. It was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. There was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
Ford accepts this crystal sphere.
It's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it.
Oh my,
it's blood.
What? Blood? Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime. There's blood on it. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Larice Denim only a few minutes ago? When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. Yeah, okay. No one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night? That's a fucking lie. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris, are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning. Her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound.
Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Supposing the obvious contribution to this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. That is not true.
Larry, that night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was?
Who? Who was this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Denim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim. I have a photo of her here.
On the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey, it's my photograph. Give it back! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. No, you don't. I can see it right now. It's bright blue and trapezoid-shaped. A little bit. Kind of triangular. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
The crystal sphere. It's gone.
What? What?
Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing a hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew, then dropped the sphere, was the victim, Miss Elise Denim. This is getting fucking ridiculous! A fool alongside another fool, on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. It's a good sketch! People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own two eyes! And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Denim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. It's covered in blood. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Do not talk to me about fucking clowns, Miles Edgeworth. I swear to God. It has been a year, and I'm still not fucking recovered from that bullshit.
Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Do you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch! Wait! What? You mean, I'm the killer? No! Joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Denim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Response, Mr. Edgeworth? My response is to save state. It's a defense mechanism for a defense attorney. I want your final opinion on this position of this crystal sphere. Oh, you promise? It is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will be nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Created by Elise Denim when she was alive. I'm looking for evidence. No sign of it anywhere. I don't know if I can. Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. You simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he did. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. So right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Okay. I have an idea, but I shouldn't have it. You know what I mean? I only know this because I remember things from the case. If I remember correctly... Here we go. Okay, it's either this or Larry's drawing. And you can probably guess what's going on if you're picking up on it. Alright, well. I'm gonna go with the drawing first because it's newer. Or it's the sphere itself.
Take that!
Your response, Ms. Von Karma? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Maya's Edgeworth. I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now. Go, go, Edgy! Do it! Prove it! Win, win, win! He's cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous calls of ravens. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what will you do from here? One more chance, Your Honor. I can't turn back after coming all this way. No matter when the crystal sphere was dropped, I need to find proof that the latter happened first. What, the murder? Oh, the weather report. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Take that!
Shit. Okay, let me think. Surely it's not the picture they just put on the screen, right? If this is what it is, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Probably the fact that it's covered in snow. That might be it. Because it would be there while it was still snowing. Yeah, okay. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. You're a fucking idiot. What? The crystal sphere was dropped. It was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let's look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Oh. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order! 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 Okay, that's enough. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Maya Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body... I'm sorry, for a minute it was Edgeworth doing his own voice. Now he's effectively pantomiming Franny. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, That would be when the blade is removed.
That is the truth. Then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest that someone's carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible.
Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
Show me the picture of the snowmobile. Here you go.
Take that!
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. It also had been used to carry a body.
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used this snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Francisco von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you.
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Francisco von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to right. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had to... Ouch!
Miles Edgeworth! I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you onto my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame, friends.
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. I can't keep up. I demand satisfaction.
Well, you're not gonna get any from him. Oh, he's dead. Hooray!
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the question it raises. Have its words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
Court is now adjourned.
Okay. My god, that is a fucking long court session. We're still not even close to done, but by the way, this case might actually take 2 more weeks. Jesus. Okay, that's enough of that. Chat, let's go find you guys something to raid. Oh no, not the Hottie Clinic! Nope, Nope, no more. We are done for today. Okay. Oh, someone's going in blind. Loot brute. Okay then. Chat, make sure to be nice and supportive and try not to spoil anything for them. Because everyone deserves to experience this game for the first time.
You all have a wonderful day. And tomorrow we'll be doing a quick one-off stream of, I believe, Hades. I need to double-check my schedule. But you all have a wonderful day. Take care. See you again soon. Goodbye.